Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping right into a topic that so many people are curious about, the timing of conception. And look, it's not just about luck, it's actually about science. We're going to break down exactly how to find your fertile window and give you the clarity you've been looking for. So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with why timing is so incredibly important. Then we'll get practical and figure out how to calculate your cycle and find your ovulation day. From there, we'll define the fertile window itself, and we'll wrap it all up with some real-world tips for success. All right, let's dive into the core of it all, the timing mismatch. You might be surprised to hear this, but a lot of the time, the biggest hurdle in getting pregnant comes down to a really simple, fundamental biological mismatch. So, why is timing this huge secret? I mean, this is a question so many people ask. You can feel like you're doing absolutely everything right, but it's just not happening. Well, the missing piece isn't usually effort, it's timing. And the reason for that comes down to two very, very different biological clocks. And here it is. This is the whole ball game right here. On one side, you've got the egg, which survives for just 12 to 24 hours after it's released. That's it. Not even a full day. But then on the other side, you have sperm, which can hang around for up to 5 days. This massive difference is exactly why timing is everything. Okay, so knowing that, how do we actually put it to use? Well, the very first practical step is to figure out your cycle length. Let's walk through exactly how to do that. Calculating your cycle is actually super simple. Step 1, just mark the first day of your period on a calendar. We'll call that day 1. Step 2, go ahead and mark the first day of your next period. And step 3, count the total number of days from that first start date to the date before the next one starts. That number, that's your cycle length. Now, here is a really, really important detail. Always start counting from the first day your period begins, not the day it ends. This is such a common mistake, and it can throw off all of your calculations. So remember, day 1 is always the first day of your flow. All right, so you've got your cycle length down. Perfect. Now we can use that number to find the single most important day in the entire cycle, your ovulation day. And believe it or not, there's a really simple formula for this. You just take your cycle length, whatever that number is, and you subtract 14. The number you get is your estimated day of ovulation. It's that easy. Let's look at a few examples. You can see how this works in real life. If you have a classic 28-day cycle, you subtract 14, and boom, ovulation is around day 14. If your cycle is a bit longer, say 30 days, then it's day 16, or if it's 32 days, then you're looking at day 18. See? The formula always works. You just plug in your own personal number. Okay, so we've got our cycle length, and we've got our estimated ovulation day. Now we get to put it all together to define the fertile window. That's the absolute best time for conception. And this is where it all comes full circle, right back to that whole egg versus sperm lifespan thing. Since sperm can live for up to 5 days, your fertile window actually opens 4 to 5 days before you even ovulate. And since the egg only lasts for about a day, the window slams shut about a day after. The whole goal is to have the sperm ready and waiting for the egg to arrive. Let's use that 30-day cycle example to see this in action. We figured out ovulation is on day 16, right? Well, that means your fertile window actually opens all the way back on day 11, and it closes around day 17. That whole week is your prime time. And finally, let's go over a few practical tips to help you make the most of this fertile window and really increase your chances. Okay, this is a big one, a question so many people have, and there's a lot of confusion about it. So what's the deal? Should you be having intercourse every single day or every other day? And the truth is, both methods are totally effective. Yep. Despite some common myths, daily intercourse is not harmful at all. The only reason alternate days is often suggested is because, let's be honest, it can just be more manageable and less stressful for a lot of couples. The most important thing is to do what feels right for you. So beyond the timing, a few other lifestyle habits can help things along. You know, stuff like managing stress and eating a healthy diet full of greens and fruits. That's always a good idea. And of course, avoiding smoking and alcohol is key. There are also a couple of interesting tips from the source. It can be helpful to lie down for about 15 minutes after intercourse, and some also suggest avoiding papaya and pineapple during this time. And hey, if your cycles are a little unpredictable or you just want to get even more precise, there are some great tools out there. Ovulation prediction kits, which you can get at any pharmacy, are a fantastic option. And for the most exact measurement, a doctor can even do what's called a follicular study, using an ultrasound to pinpoint the exact moment of ovulation. So really, the big takeaway here is this. Conception isn't just random chance. It's a science based on biology